Let's bring in Bob Tansey with the Nature Conservancy. He's Senior Advisor with External Affairs and Policy for Northeast Asia and Greater China. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So, Bob, what are your thoughts on China's national park plan and these additional measures to protect some of these precious areas?
I think it's great. I'm trying to help personally. Actually, just last week, I went across Northern California with a group of planners from the Sichuan Development and Reform Commission, and we were trying to inform the planning for the development of Giant Panda National Park.
I know that they've been working on these corridors for pandas to move back and forth through. What are some of the challenges ahead? We heard some of the issues in these pieces that just ran. The United States has had its national park system for a century now. What are you doing to help China get to this point? They have a lot of goals here in the next couple of years.
One of our leaders at the Nature Conservancy, a woman named Lynn Scarlett, used to be Deputy Secretary of Interior. She had management responsibility for most of U.S. public lands, and she's a key advisor to the Paulson Institute and the National Development and Reform Commission in their collaboration to help China in establishing its own system.
But what are the challenges for China?
Well, China's got a whole lot more people than the United States. The Giant Panda National Park will not only encompass pandas, but supposedly will encompass 170,000 people. That's different. That's something that no other country has ever even attempted. So things like you mentioned, corridors. You need to look at panda ecology, human ecology, socioeconomic factors, but it's doable.
And these parks are for everyone. It doesn't matter where you're from. Can you talk about the balance of having these areas accessible for everyone while maintaining and protecting certain areas? And of course, there's the issue of China as a growing, developing country and its goals for green energy and a greener environment.
Well, I like the mission statement of the U.S. National Park Service, which is to provide both present enjoyment for visitors while preserving natural resources for the future. If you keep that in mind, that informs a lot of what you do. The Nature Conservancy is also working with the Energy Research Institute of the National Development Reform Commission on where are the best places to put large deployments of wind and solar as China shifts to in the direction of renewable energy. So you don't want to put those things on your most precious lands, your lands with the richest biodiversity. So there's a lot of thought and planning that goes into preserving your ecosystems for the future.
And will these designated areas complement what China is trying to do environmentally?
Well, I think so, yes. The areas align with some work the Nature Conservancy did with China several years back, an ecological blueprint laying out the priority conservation areas. So I think China's very science-based. We're science-based, and China's using that kind of blueprint.
What excites you the most about what you're seeing here and what's being done?
Well, I think what excites me the most is the underlying consciousness of the Chinese people. That people, I used to live in China, we'd say the Lao Bai Xing, the old 100 names. The common people of China realize now's the time to have, quote unquote, a green revolution to address the issues of pollution of air, of water, of soil. There's hundreds of millions of Chinese who look at their climate change profile as an individual online and look at guidance for how they can be part of the solution. That's pretty exciting.
All right, Bob Tansey, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Glad to be here.